Morning everyone. Today I want to work on the latest art journal prompts. I'm not sure what number it is actually. I think it's number 8, but I could be wrong. And it's silly faces for the theme. Now I've never drawn a face other than sort of, well, I draw stick people. I do not draw faces. So this is a real challenge for me, and I've been sort of trying to think all week, sort of, where I'm going to get my inspiration from. And then I was looking at my hall wall, and I bought this on my honeymoon. I mean, I've been married to my husband for 23 years, and we bought this in Bali, and it hangs up on my wall in my hall. Gosh, can you see the dust in the eyes? Gosh, don't look at that, that's terrible, isn't it? But I suddenly thought, I saw the heart shape of the face, and an idea suddenly started to form, and the texture sort of on this as well. So I dug out all of my dendritic prints. After Kat and Shannon posted their videos a while ago, I sort of took apart a couple of old picture frames and started doing some prints. In fact, that's what this comes from. The glass from picture frames is quite dangerous actually, because the corners for me broke when I was trying to prise them apart, so I ended up putting duct tape around this and now use it as my palette. But I did sort of achieve, in fact I've got a big pile sort of down there of dendritic prints that I tried out. And so there you go, that's just some of them. And so what I did was I took one that I quite liked that had a bit of white space, so you'd actually be able to see what I was drawing on it. And I cut out a heart shape and I just folded it in half and just randomly cut with my scissors. I didn't draw anything on there first. And this is what I ended up with. And so, seeing as I have never drawn a face before, eyes I thought would be incredibly problematic. So I decided she'd have her eyes closed. So I don't know whether you can see this, whether this is in shot or not, but I've drawn the eyes. Then I fiddled around with my pencil trying to draw a nose. And finally, in fact, I think I did the eyes, then the lips, and then the nose, and that's as far as I've got so far. But then what I thought, well, what am I going to do now? What about hair and so on and so forth, and how am I going to do my background? So what I thought I would do was cut out some more of the prints. These are the ones that I've dug out here in complementary colours, and maybe do some circle flowers for the hair. So that's as far as I've got so far. So I'm going to punch out or cut out random circles, stack some together, and then I shall come back once I've done that and see if I can put some form of a plan together. Right, I've cut out loads of circles in deeper reds and a bit of blue. So these are the 3 sheets that I've used, and these are not stuck down, they're just randomly placed, just so that I can see whether it works or whether it's going to work or not and what it looks like. So I just used my, what's that, about a 1-inch punch I would say, with the sort of ruffled edges, and that's how it's looking so far, and I think that that's going to work. Quite simple, but I've got a face and she has hair. So I'm going to take that off, and then I'm going to have a think about what kind of background I'm going to do, and then what I shall do is I shall work on the background, and then I'll have to reposition the face on the hair once the background is in place. So I'll be back once I've had a think about what I'm going to do there. Right, I've decided I'm going to keep my background quite simple, and I've chosen faded jeans and picket fence distress paint. Right, I've given the page 2 coats of paint, and to paint it on I didn't use my fingers this time, I used my brush, and my brush is slightly damp when I painted it on, so I did a light wash, dried it, and then did another another wash, and that was just with the faded jeans. And then what I want to do is I want to use this stencil. This is a Pronti stencil, Circles Fantasy. And to my right here, I have just dabbed on some of the faded jeans and then some of the picket fence, which I'm going to mix together just to create a lighter shade. And then I just want to dab this on. Let's get right up to the edge here, just to create a little bit of interest in the background. Let me just check that that's, yeah, that's perfect. A dry. Right, now where's my face gone? Let's bring her back and start assembling and see what it looks like. In fact, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to start gluing down. So I'm just going to use Pritt Stick for this. Let me just grab another piece of grease-proof paper. Right, let's try and centralise that. Yep, I think. Right, let's grab a, what did I do with that tissue I had? Right, just grab a credit card just to make sure that that's glued down properly. And then I'm going to start gluing her hair. I'm going to do that off camera because you know what I'm going to do. I'm just going to glue it down as I assembled it, but I'll be back once I've done that. That's how she's looking so far. I had to, oh, whoopsie-daisy, I've managed to unglue her hair. This is going to need another coat of Mod Podge or something because the Pritt Stick isn't quite strong enough. It was just easier though to use Pritt Stick just to get them down first. But yeah, I'm really pleased with the way that she's looking. The blue is still too plain, and I haven't decided what I want to do about that yet. But I'm going to draw her details in now, and I'm going to do that off camera because I need my overhead light. If I have the spotlights on, there's too much of reflection on the camera. But if I need to get close so that I can see what I'm doing, so I'm going to do that and then I shall be back. This is how she's looking now. I've used my Stabilo All pencil to draw on the details. I used my pencil first and had to rub it out quite a few times before I felt that it was how I wanted it to be. Then I used some System 3 De La Rowney Process Magenta for her lips. I wanted a red that tonally wise went with her hair, so I'm quite happy with that. Then I've outlined her face with my Stabilo All, so I'm happy with that now. I just need to work on the background, just giving the background a little bit more texture. So I'll be back once I've decided what I'm going to do next. Right, I've decided I'm going to use my Dylusions diamond stamp because I've already got that shape from the stencil that I used earlier. I just thought it would keep the consistency going. So I'm just going to have a go at stamping that in a couple of random places. Let me have a look. Which way do I want it? Do I want it? I'm just going to practice on my drop sheet a minute. No, I want it that way up. Right, okay, here goes. Don't want too much of this, I just want just a little bit of light texture. Am I happy with that? That's looking a bit better. It's just yeah, that's added a bit more interest. I'm going to have a think on that and see whether I want to do anything else. Then I'm going to come over this side. Let's put a bit more of the chipped sapphire down. is lighter on that side because I'd still got some of the paint on my sponge from this colour, which I forgot, but the is it peacock feathers? Faded Jeans. Just add a few bits there. I'm not happy with that one. I'm going to rub that off again. Do you know, for someone who's a real doer in normal life, I don't often faff around and change my mind with this. Oh, crikey. Right, let's have a little bit up here. Yeah, that's fine. A little bit there. That's good. And then a little bit here too, just a little bit. Yeah, that's fine. And then I just want to add the diamonds that I've wiped away. That's better. And I think I just want to add, if I can get into this little corner here, just add just a little bit, and the same just here. And I think I want just a little bit of something there. See if I can. And I think before I'm in complete danger of spoiling her, I'm going to leave it at that. But considering I've never drawn a face before, I'm actually quite pleased with the way that one's turned out. Hope you like it too. Take care. Right, I'm back again, just very quickly. Looking back at it on the camera, I've added a couple more circles here, just so that her hair is just a little bit more symmetrical. And then I took my time just to sort of fiddle around with my harlequins, and I'm happier with that now. So yeah, there it is, my quirky, my silly face. See you all again soon. Bye. Hi everyone. Right, as you can see, she's had a couple of alterations. I wasn't happy with it. There was something that just wasn't quite right. The background that I'd done just looked too busy. So I've given it, in fact I put some script on it and then I've painted over it, and you can just very slightly see the script, but it's toned it right down and I'm much happier with that. And then I've also framed her as well. I've used my Stabilo All pen and I've gone around her hair, I've given her a neck, and then I've gone inside her hair as well, inside her face. I've also sort of altered her nose and jointed her eye very slightly, and I'm much happier with it now. It just looks a whole lot better and more pleasing to my eye anyway. So there we go, just wanted to come on and just do that quick update, and she's finished. See you all soon. Have a good weekend.